In this video, I filmed almost all the art I have been working on over the last week or so. I spent most of my time working on my upcoming animation, but there are also some other interesting projects in this video. Welcome to my channel. This will be a pretty chill video, so I recommend drawing along or grabbing a cup of tea if that's your thing. I wanted to have a mix of real-time audio and voiceover, but when I screen recorded while recording my audio, there was a bit of a buzzing in the background, so I scrapped that and essentially just reiterated everything I had said during making the art. Hopefully I can get that fixed, and in the future we can have a more real-time video. The app I'm using in this video is called ToonSquid. It has mostly everything you could need for 2D animation, or at least everything I need. It doesn't have the best assortment of brushes, and it has a bit of a learning curve, but I think most unfamiliar softwares do. I think it's pretty rare you just open an app and know where everything is. It takes a little while to find a streamlined process that works. It seems to handle a lot of frames pretty well, which is something I've had problems with other apps in the past. Due to its lack of brushes though, I've had to do a lot of my backgrounds in Procreate. It seems to be the standard that inexpensive animation apps aren't fit for painting, which, I mean, is understandable. You may be wondering why I didn't just use Procreate Dreams, and that's for a couple reasons. Firstly, I didn't want to have to go through the process of moving this animation over to Dreams, and second, it doesn't have a lasso tool, which is the tool you can use to select part of your drawing and move it. This is an extremely helpful tool in digital art. I was really surprised they left this portion out. It's so crucial to a lot of artists. Maybe I just couldn't find it. A lot of features are hidden in that app. Or maybe they've got it added by the time I'm posting this video. But nonetheless, that was a big problem for my animation workflow. I'll probably do a future animation in Dreams, but as of right now, I'm sticking with ToonSquid. By the way, I've made a trailer for this animation and we'll link it down below if you're interested. This is essentially all I got around to on Monday as far as art I can show. The next day, I added a face to one of my mini chickens. I love these chickens. There'll be more on them later, don't you worry. Most of my day was spent working on this background piece for my animation. It's not my usual style because I actually want to finish this animation and not spend weeks on one background. It's a very simple throne room. Honestly, the hardest part was just getting the sketch right. Once that was done, I exported the background and the plant on 2 separate layers so that they were ready to be animated over. Oh, this next thing I worked on was actually so much fun. I really don't sketch in my sketchbook enough, but every time I do, I really enjoy it. I find it so much easier to generate ideas when I'm working on paper. I find that sketching on my iPad just isn't the same. I'm not sure what it is about it, but I feel freer. Maybe it's because of the limitations of paper, or simply because this is where most of us learn to do art. I'm not sure. So what I'm working on here is a mythical creature called a hippocamp, or hippocampus depending on the lore, which is essentially a seahorse. I wanted to explore different positions and features of this creature. Funnily enough, I ended up liking the design of the hippocamp that looked the least like the original mythical beast. It's the drawing on the bottom corner that has back legs. I want to explore this design further, but that's for another day. Here's some interesting information about the hippocamp. According to one source. In mythology, they were believed to be immortal, and they have the power to control their lives. They have the ability to transform their sea creature half into legs if they want to. Oh, so that means my last drawing, I guess, is probable. In the world of mythology, as probable as any of it is. The hippocamp are known for their enhanced senses, strength, speed, and ability to jump. And just like regular horses, they are herbivores. I always think mythical creatures are so interesting, because I'm always curious how they came to be to begin with. Like, did somebody in a boat somewhere see some sort of whale or fish and mistaked it for some kind of interesting sea creature? Or did they just enjoy combining different animals together and creating legends about them? I don't really know if they actually believed that these creatures existed. But yeah, I'd be curious to look into that. Anyways, that was a random rant. This is all for a personal project me and my husband have been working on. It's a mythical card game. I'm not going to go into the details because things will change and it's really early on. Right now, I'm just getting into drawing creatures so that I have some ideas to pick from. Whether or not this actually becomes anything, it's still a fun project and gets me thinking about creatures that I wouldn't normally draw, so I think that's pretty cool. Well, I don't really have anything else to say about this, so I'm just going to leave you with some music until we move on to the next project. Here are the chickens, just like I promised. I have been obsessed with these chickens lately. They are so cute. I have been making as many of these as my hands will allow. I stopped crocheting for a while, and I feel like I have found this new passion for it in the past few months. But as always, my animation comes first. I want to get this project done so bad, so I can start one of my other ideas. If I have too many projects on the go, none of them will get finished in any reasonable amount of time. I missed recording me actually adding the dragons over the background, but I think that was for the better because this video just kept getting longer, so I had to cut things. The short that I'm making is part animation and part animatic. This is just to save some of my sanity. So the scene that I'm working on now is pretty still, with only the pink dragon moving its wings up and down slightly. There are some story clues in this part if you look closely. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. Should I make it into a series? Let me know and have a lovely day.